Hello, dear friends. This is Cardiac Radio at 11 p.m., nourishing our souls with living in serenity. At Cardiac Radio, we are studying messages from the book Perante Jesus, Before Jesus, that is being translated and little by little shared with you in comments where we can boost our serenity. The book Perante Jesus or Before Jesus was written in 1989 to 1990, 30 years ago, in Brazil, through the mediumship of Chico Xavier, the renowned humanitarian and medium, spiritist medium. Emmanuel, the spirit author, comes to us to train us to better living. Master Jesus is certainly our guide and model. During the current times, he is the coach of our lives, the one to train us to use our intelligence, to boost our patience, our serenity, to go through these times. And this is just the beginning of a time that is certainly dividing our current modern civilization. And I say this to remind us that this is a moment of true transformation, as you can see. Deep transformation where we're daily being pushed to better thoughts, better feelings, better words, better actions. Yes, being pushed to being humble, to being more sincere, and especially, we would say, to reconcile. It is important for us to reconcile with ourselves and one another. Many people have been asking about how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with the depression, with these feelings of the void of staying at home. Our home could be an office, and now with the internet, it turns into an office. It can become a school. It can become a temple. It is up to us. So we would say this is an invitation to boost our faith. Did you know that in our brains, we can create whatever we like? Neuroscience has realized over the years that our brain boosts what it believes in. That's how it works. So if I am right now thinking of a beach, visualizing myself at the beach, my brain is going to decode the experience and make me feel as if I were there. Neuroscience shows to us in imaging studies that the brain takes in what we think we want to experience. You can be at the beach and feel more imprisoned than somebody who is in prison. You can be in jail and feel more liberated and freer than somebody who is at the beach. You can be home and feel freer than many people who could be flying in this world or even in Jupiter. And I say this, of course, relative to the topic we're going to talk about today, which is faith. Once Jesus said that faith can move mountains, and science today shows to us the power within to really boost in us the best according to what we have faith upon. This is the topic today for our session here and living in serenity. And I see here, I'm opening here to see the friends who have joined us. Thank you so much, friends. I see Carol Correa. Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you, Sunshine, for joining us. Nora Brasil, Silvio Otero, Teresa Castro, thank you, friends. Thank you, Daisy Gallen, for joining us. Alan Swift, thank you. Rita de Cássia, super hug to you. Thank you, Betty. Big hug to you, Renata Molina. A super hug to you. Lots of health as well, friends. Tissa Silva, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Beatriz Negrobel, super hug to you. Long time no see you. Thank you for joining us at Kardec Radio. And I see more friends have joined us. Feel free to write a comment, to share that you're with us. Hello, Ella Montanari. Super hug to you and your beautiful wife. John De Rosa, thank you for joining us. Thank you also, Jailton, for always being here with us. Friends, today is about faith. And what is faith, right? So let us call Emmanuel, because he knows. We don't know, but the instructor Jesus has sent, Emmanuel, knows what we need tonight. Right, Matthew Mills? Welcome to Kardec Radio. So here it is. Let us read this. Maybe we're going to pause along the way to break it down and to do exercises as well. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Ready and go. Faith. Everything on earth lives out through the successive and inevitable acts of faith. The worm trusts the sun that it does not understand, and yet it fertilizes the soil in which it takes refuge. The land trusts the worm that it cannot understand, that it cannot really define, and yet it qualifies for the sowing treasures. The individual in the field applies himself to the crops, relying on climatic favors that he still cannot safely rule, and time responds to his sweat with the blessings of the harvest. The craftsperson devotes oneself to the polishing of metals, relying on the laws that preside over the structure, and take advantage of the resources of nature that one can barely know about, and yet one molds for the benefit of civilization, the utility, and the masterpiece. No matter how small, all the operations of human existence are based on an attitude of faith, without which all life would be disturbed. The individual trusts the very stomach that one does not see and feeds oneself, guaranteeing health and robustness. One trusts the engine whose capacity is not at all perceptible and moves with precision in the solution of immediate problems. One trusts the laboratory that manufactures the balsamic pill and relieves the pain that assaults the physical world. Above all, to arm oneself with experience, one relies on legislators who at times nobody saw and enjoys social stability in decrees that one never spelled out. On the pretext of not being able to suddenly overcome the vibratory barriers that for the time being separate you from the understanding of the eternal realities of the soul, do not admit yourself without faith in divine providence. As it happens to the farmer who sows and reaps for the benefit of all, cultivate the good wherever you are and as you can today and always, with a sure faith in the indefectible justice. Because from the happy and unhappy seeds that the individual is throwing in the field of life, from those same seeds will be born the sweet or bitter fruit that you will reap. Breathe in and out this wisdom because it's so deep. Do you understand everything about life? I don't either. For example, as Emmanuel says, you may get into a car and you trust that it's going to work. You trust that you're going to be able to cross such distance and solve such problems using your car or a bike or even riding a horse. And you trust that horse, you trust the car, you believe everything is going to work, though you don't understand how sometimes, right? We don't understand it all. And we believe it's going to work. Like when you are eating food, you trust that your body is going to digest. So you have faith on something you don't even know, you're not sure about, right? We're here breathing, trusting that we're going to be breathing. And he repeats to us that we're here now and we're obeying laws that we haven't created and that benefit everybody, and we believe that the social stability is being maintained. So daily, everything in nature, he says, all the operations in nature and human existence, no matter how small, they are based on an attitude of faith, without which all life would be disturbed. So, why some people deny the existence of God, His love and His justice, just because we don't understand it? Let's think about this. Many people claim to be so rational, and yet they don't understand many things they believe in, whereas when we talk about God, they simply deny because they claim, I don't know, I don't understand, I'm not sure, and they leave it aside. What is the damage to our life when we have that attitude daily, not trusting the process of life? It can be quite detrimental. If you study psychosomatics, you're going to see that when we are stumbling in doubt, when we are stumbling in disbelief in life, we start feeling crippled in so many ways. It affects our physical body. Right now, because of this health crisis, it's a global shake-up that is boosting in us the faith. Faith in what? Faith in life. Faith in God. Faith in the process that we were created for something wonderful. I know many people who are reading the news and are being so concerned about it that they start feeling the symptoms without leaving their homes. They're like, oh, I think I have something. Oh my God, my sore throat. Or, no. You're fine. Tell your body when you go to shower, hopefully every day. If you can, every day. You go and you're the leader of your body. You tell the cells, now it's time to rejoice. Let us rejoice. Sing to your body. Sing for your body in gratitude, because you're not the body. You are connected to the body. The body is responding to you. Look at the body and say, you're healthy. You're protected. You're loved. You are so blossoming in abundant health because I am commending you. God is allowing us to commend the cells of the body. We need to do it consciously. Instead of surrendering to negativity, to doubt, to disbelief. And if anything happens, Let us send the healthy command to this body and say, we're fine. We're going to overcome it. Come on. Every little cell in my body is healthy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is healthy and well. A beloved friend who discarnated from cancer, during the treatment with her, we were sharing this song with her. And it's so beneficial to all of us when we have that relationship with ourselves, when we become the co-creators at minor level. In the book Evolution in Two Worlds, our dear Andrea Lewis, in chapter 2, he reveals to us that our cells are like little animals. And in chapter 1, he refers to us at our stage of evolution on Earth as co-creators at minor level. And he means that right now, our main focus is to be masters of our own unity. Multidimensional, of course. We're talking about ourselves as great co-creators in terms of our mental body. Think of your mental body and what is in there. The second thing is about the physical, the perispiritual and the physical. And then how we are co-creating in this level, in harmony, in serenity. This is our goal. We often think that our goal is to go to work, to get titles, and to be promoted, and to get a home, and to have family. But at the end of the day, everything we're talking about is used to shape up our minds, to refine our skills, and to blossom in our capacity. When we are co-creators at major level, we will be joining God in creating planets, solar systems, galaxies. By then, we already know how to master a physical body. So look at the master of all masters who never got sick. Never. In history, we've never heard that Jesus got sick. Unbelievable, huh? Because he was healing people who had contagious diseases, and yet he never got contaminated himself. And he not only healed, but he was also protected. How did he do it? That's something for us to emulate. He was always very positive, always believing. I'll give an example. In the book Good News, by Humberto de Campos, through Chico Xavier. And for those who missed it, we have it at Cardiac Radio Facebook and YouTube and SoundCloud, the whole series of the book, the 30 chapters. Good News, just see it. Good News, you go there, we read the chapters, and we talk about it. There's a particular chapter, which I forgot the number, but it says that one time, I know, the title is about Jesus in Samaria, when he's visiting Samaria, and it's that passage about the woman at the well. So he's traveling with his disciples from a city to another, and at a certain moment, they are hungry, they are thirsty, they didn't have car, right? They are walking on foot, and they stop near a well. And then the disciple says, Master, we're going to go to the next cluster of people, right? Like the next town or village to get some food and something for us to eat. And he says, yes, okay, you can go ahead. And meanwhile, he talks to the woman at the well. After the dialogue, which is quite interesting for us, after that, the disciples come back and offer to him the food that they got, saying, Master, come on, you need to eat. And he replies, to our surprise, and he's not bragging about himself, he's teaching us another lesson. He replies by saying, it's okay, I don't need it. They said, but come on, you must be starving. And they said, I am nourished. They say, how come? Because there are ways you don't know on how to nourish yourself with God. That is quite interesting. He's teaching us a new way of feeding ourselves. Right now on earth, many people are so scared and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to go hungry. The shops are not going to have food any longer. Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? And then you go there and buy 10,000 things, and people who need are lacking it. That's a good time for us to practice a different type of nourishment. Science already shows to us that through breathing, we're nourishing ourselves. Right? Breathing. Essentially, breathing. If we knew how to breathe correctly, we would probably eat less and have less problems in our lives. Okay? Right? So, okay. Hello, Saulo Silva. Thank you so much for here at Cardiac Radio. Peri Soares, thank you for joining us. Rita de Cássia, I hope everything is well there. Let us know. Thank you, Carol Correa, for writing down chapter 17 of the book Good News. Thank you, Carol, for your partnership, and thank you, Daisy, for writing down the very lyrics of the song. We can sing to ourselves and our bodies. But friends, let's go back about nourishment. It's about faith. You and I are learning with science daily about ways of boosting our health. And science already shows to us that breathing is so important. The other day, I saw a post by Dr. Jeffrey Rediger, who we interviewed years ago here at Cardiac Radio. He just released a book that was so fitting. It is so fitting at the current time. Before all of this happened, he published a book titled Cured. Hopefully one day we'll be able to bring him back at Cardiac Radio to talk about it. And in this book, he talks about spontaneous healing. And as a researcher at Harvard, he saw cases after cases of people who were healed spontaneously. But he says, in actuality, they worked hard for it. They transformed their lives. They changed their way of feeling and thinking and doing things and saying things as well. So the healing of speaking with greater wisdom can nourish ourselves, of feeling with greater wisdom to nourish ourselves, of thinking in greater wisdom to nourish ourselves, right? And doing things with greater wisdom to nourish ourselves. And Dr. Jeffrey Rediger was also sharing with us the chronic stress in which many people are inserting themselves due to this, lockdown time for many people. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed out because their sympathetic system is up. And he was recommending something that we talk about every day at Cardiac Radio. What is it? Dr. Herbert Benson's breathing. And by the way, we've interviewed at least twice Dr. Benson here at Cardiac Radio years ago. And he talks about the relaxation breathing. Breathing in and out. And how we can change our gene expression when we're breathing in and out. You can change your gene expression by doing so, and so do I. All you need to do is practice daily, breathing in deeply through inflating the abdomen, okay? You feel like it's not about here. It's not breathing here. It's not this. It's about put your hands on your belly and feel it. Hold it. Breathe out slowly and deflate. Let's do it one more time. And you can repeat it once and twice and 3 times and 4 times. Do you feel the difference? You feel your body is already relaxed? We needed to talk to the body and say, now I need you to rest. Do you need to rest? Rest. I need you now to be nourished. So we breathe in and out to nourish ourselves. Before we eat any meal, we should be in a state of relaxation. To turn into the parasympathetic, which is the relaxation mode, and allow the digestive juices to be on so we don't have problems of reflux, etc. Often that happens because we're eating during the sympathetic mode, which is the fight or flight. During the fight or flight, we are shut down, in complete shutdown in our digestive juices and many other things. So today, we're talking about mechanisms of life that exist in spite of our awareness, and we don't need even to understand it to actually trust it. Now, Emmanuel reminds us, on the pretext of not being able to overcome the vibratory barriers that separate you from the understanding of the eternal realities of life, do not allow yourself to go by without faith in the divine providence. This is center stage for us today as our exercise. So I'm going to share with you the very exercise that the good spirits are relaying to us. They're saying, in the next 24 hours, take a piece of paper and pencil. If you want color pencil, marker, Sharpies, however you like it. Write down my mental body and put on this piece of paper what usually comes to your mind daily, during the current times, not like forever, right now. Write it down, the things that come out, or draw. And observe how often God shows up in your mental body. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. And I say, you'll be surprised because oftentimes we are going to think that we believe in the divine providence, that we rely upon it, but in actuality, in our daily lives, we're treating God almost like a satellite in our lives, not as the center of our universe. God is the center of the universe, is the source of everything, is the first cause of all things, the supreme intelligence, and yet our mental body is filled with things, and we can barely recognize where God is in there. So, instead of saying, where's Wally? Where is God in your mental body? Okay, this is our exercise in the next 24 hours. Let us find out where is God in our mental body. But not the God that we use to the benefit of ours, as an ally versus everybody else. No, that's not God, because God is for everyone. We're talking about the source of life for all. Where is God in our mental body? This is a spiritist exercise for us to do in the next 24 hours, and you're welcome to join us in this exercise. For now, we want to pray fervently, believing in God, and as he says, believing so much that we're going to cultivate the good wherever we are today and always. And we're going to say, God, thank you for we're building this hour together with you. Without you, we couldn't be here. And we thank you for joining us together, for allowing the resources for this possibility, for the wonderful partnership of generations to make this moment happen, from Emmanuel to Chico, Xavier, and all the people in both worlds who make this possible. A moment of nourishment for us. And we hope that these energies travel throughout space and time, multiplied by your love, and reach all those who need health, who need consolation, who need hope, who need solutions, and especially those who are sick, those who are distraught in their hearts by family separations. We pray that everyone stays faithful and hopeful, knowing that faith can move mountains. Feeling your embrace, we hope our planet Earth is also feeling the embrace of your love, today and always, and so be it. Yes, Patricia Giri, thank you for joining us, Andrea Cosley as well. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, friends, for being here with us at Kardec Radio in Living in Serenity. This is one step towards synchronizing ourselves with the Creator, the Divine Providence. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with another Living in Serenity here at Kardec Radio, always nourishing our souls. A big hug to you. Until tomorrow, God willing.